everybody!
Hello.
It's Alfie.
It's Kay.
Hi. Oh dear. So we've been away for a week, which has been fantastic. We've been in caravan up to North Yorkshire and had a lovely time, haven't we? With the dogs and everything. So yeah, it's been really, really good and really good to be back. And it's really fantastic to actually see everybody coming online and to see about our announcement. So we've actually got a few over the next week or two, actually. So it's really, really exciting. So we're really looking forward to it. So can you not see on your screen, anybody? Oh yeah, you can. It's over there. So hi everybody, Sandra, Tracy, Denise, Melissa, Catherine. Hi Kathy. Lots of love to you. Is Dee there? Dee's not on yet, but Wendy, got a special for you, Wendy. I don't know whether you remember, you said, oh, could you do me a particular colour? Well, I might just have done that for you. You'll find out next week. Well, no, you might find out later on. So what are we doing? Right, the big news is, well, the first of the news is that the craft store are having a birthday celebration. You might already know about this. So they're doing it from the 25th of this month of August, which is next Wednesday, isn't it? A week on Wednesday, 10 days away. And you know how they have loads of celebrations, lots of things going on, lots of birthday specials, lots of giveaways and everything. And we've been asked to open the whole of the birthday weekend. So we're really, really chuffed about that. So we are going to be the first birthday show on Wednesday the 25th at 6 o'clock with a giveaway for every purchase. So obviously we're going to be doing some stamps for you. So every purchase gets a free stamp. But not only that, we're having the one day special as well. So this one day special is really, really special. But I'll tell you that in a minute. First of all, I want to show you that we are now selling Zuri molds. I know, fantastic, isn't it? So you can get them from us as well. I'll unwrap them later and let you have a look overhead. So at the moment we've got, this is our first delivery, which we've got mushrooms, which I adore, absolutely beautiful. And we're going to be going through these in more detail next week when we've got some samples from our DT who are angels. And speaking of angels, we've got angel blues, and we've also got my favourite, which is the astrolabe. This is a working model that you can make out of this. Who's on? Dee! Hi, sweetie! Happy birthday for the other week. And we've also got the astrolabe as well. So those are on the website now. And there'll be more coming. So that's really brilliant news. But not only that, the great thing is that we're launching on the one day special. We are working with Zuri. Now, Zuri are known for their exceptional detail in their moulds, aren't they? Everyone loves the fact that the detail is fantastic. And we happen to be really, really proud of the fact that we make stamps with exceptional detail. So it's like a marriage made in heaven, craft heaven, because we've been asked to make Zuri stamps from their designs. What do you say? So, look, that which was and is a Zuri mould is now a Zuri indigo blue stamp. I know, fabulous, isn't it? With all that lovely detailing as well. Obviously, you know, I've done some extra little bits as well, but aren't they gorgeous? Do you want to have a closer look at them? So come over here. Alfie will change the camera around. Thank you, darling. So as you can see, with the Zuri molds, you get that gorgeous, gorgeous detail in with all of their beautiful, beautiful molds. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. So, as I say, we're thrilled to bits to be asked to do their stamps for them. So here we are. These are being launched on the One Day Special on the Craft Store at 6 p.m. on Wednesday the 25th of August. So make sure you tune into that.
Wendy's asked, might there be Zuri molds from some of your stamps at some point?
Yes, we have actually been talking about that as well. Alfie's shaking his head because of costings and stuff like that. But I would like to see some, so we might have to have a little bit of a battle over that. We'll see. If you think they're going to be popular, then tell Alfie. So, so these are going to be launched, but they're already on our website individually on pre-order. But before you go rushing ahead onto our website, they are going to be the same price as the craft store unless you buy a bundle. So obviously with us having a one-day special and you buy a bundle, that's going to save you money. So unless you're buying just one individual stamp plate, go ahead and pre-order them off our site. But if not, wait until Wednesday the 25th of August at 6 o'clock on the craft store, because then you will see the discount that you get from the bundle. Okay, so you have been warned. I know the owl is fantastic. So this is my original artwork that I hand coloured in, and you can see the detail of them is just gorgeous. And then what we have got there, we've had the designer take out some of the very, very fine detail that you might have got in the mould, because I like to be able to colour in parts of it. And if there's too much detail, then you can't see any colour. So we have actually pared back some of the design. And look at that. Absolutely, oh, you can't see it. Absolutely gorgeous, because I've been playing with them already, see. Beautiful, beautiful.
Marcy has asked, are the feature stamps the same size as the mould?
That's a really good question. We have actually made these so they fit on an A5 stamp plate. So these measure 16 centimetres by about 9.5 centimetres. The thing is, I wasn't given the exact measurements of the original moulds. So we have made them nice and large, which is what I liked, but we don't know the exact dimensions of them. Okay, so that's the dimensions of that owl. You've obviously got an extra owl here, which is smaller for people who want to make cards with it. But I like big images for, canvases, artwork, journals, that sort of thing. I've still given you the wording, but I've also actually put on an acorn and oak leaf from my collection. And this I've taken from this design here. So I've actually copied it out, cleaned it up a bit, and put it here, because this is a lovely background stamp that I found to use. So that is really, really beautiful. So you're getting all of those stamps. These are $23.99. They work out the same as the Zuri molds, but obviously you get more imagery in with those. So that's the owl, and it is called Owl Tales. The next one, oh my goodness, I just adore this. This is so beautiful. This is the Enchanted Castle. I love this. Am I in the right place for you? There you are. Let's come over a little bit. So I absolutely adore this. I've put a couple of words on for you, and every possibility begins with the courage to imagine. And because I love dragons, I've put some extra dragons in for you as well, because on the mould, I think the dragons are around about here, but you've got them separate so you can stamp them wherever you like. Oh, thank you. They are fantastic. It is a fantastic collaboration, and it's so nice to work with someone who it gets it. Just we're on the same wavelength and we like the same things, and it's just a fantastic working relationship. We love it, and yes, we're hoping to do lots more in the future, which is brilliant. Susie, those are stunning. Great addition to your amazing products. Really like the semi-stamp sets. Great partnership. Yes, thank you so much. It is. And I've really enjoyed colouring these in. Obviously, you don't need to do so much colouring, but I've just really, really enjoyed doing this sort of thing with them. And, you know, with pencils or with paints, or I've been using also the watercolour blending brush pens. We have these on our website. These are absolutely gorgeous by Phil Martin. So I've been using these, which are a really nice watercolour pen with a very, very, very fine tip. So I can get in all these little details here. But I've really, really enjoyed using these. So let's tip this over. Look at that stamp. That's fabulous, isn't it? So this measures 14 centimetres approximately by about 16 centimetres. So 6 by 6 inch will fit on, no problem. And then of course you've got all the dragons and your words as well, but absolutely gorgeous. I just really am so pleased that all those tiny details in all of those turrets are just stunning. I mean, they all come out in the stamping, and those are really, really minuscule, tiny little lines there, but it works so very, very well. So that is your enchanted castle. Okay, guess what the next one's going to be? Can you guess?
I can.
Alfie can. I can see some exciting mixed media projects in the future, Gina's collaboration, and it will be great to be able to get molds that we've missed out on. Absolutely, Marcia, we will. We'll be stocking them. Right, so next one. Not the fairy yet, but yeah, tell us what you'd like. Tell us what you'd like. Absolutely. So we've got the elephant. Yay! We've got the elephant. Please let me know if you want. Yes, that's right, Lynn. We've got the elephant. So this is just fantastic. It's just so beautiful. Again, I had to actually say, can we have a little bit of the detail taken out? So I have got some room to colour in. So we've just cleaned up a few little tiny areas. It's still highly, highly detailed, still got really, really fine lines in, which are beautiful. And I just absolutely adore it. I've done some nice little squiggles here to go with it, some words, and I've also done you a border as well along the bottom here. So we've got Get Wellephant. Oh, I know, it's really bad, isn't it? And You Are Elephantastic. So if you're doing some cards or anything like that, I'll never forget your birthday or your age. I accept bribes like that. But I like this just because when we went to India, it was just fantastic seeing the elephants in the orphanage, and just brilliantly love it. Absolutely gorgeous, really, really beautiful. Look at all the, oops, that's a spare one there, that doesn't go on that one. And yes, these go on. So again, all that fabulous, fabulous detail on the back there. It's just superb. Remember, if you've not used our stamps before, they are already cut out. They're already mounted onto an easy mount, which clings to your acrylic block. And of course, your laminate becomes your storage as well. They're lovely, aren't they? I'm so, so pleased with them. They've turned out absolutely beautiful. So we have these 3 designs all together. Let me move my artwork out of the way. So we have the owl tails, the ornate elephant, and the beautiful enchanted castle. So thrilled to bits with all of them. They colour in absolutely stunningly. Really fantastic. So what I'll do is I'll just show you a little bit of them stamped out. So if I get my owl tails, And I think we'll stamp that onto black this time. I think that might be the wrong way around, but we'll go with it. We'll see. Let's just turn that around. Okay. There we go. That should fit better.
Maggie said, is there an elephant orphanage in Goa?
There might be, actually. I think
it was Jaipur.
We went in Jaipur, but in Goa, we could ask Zul and Laura. We'll ask Zul and Laura, who live in Goa, if there's a... There usually is, because it's now government policy that you're not allowed to work elephants between so many hours in the day. I think they're only allowed to work them 4 hours a day, aren't they, maximum? And then they have to have rest. They're not allowed to, use them. And they remove their tusks as well, so that no one's going to, poach them at all. And the government does actually help out with the upkeep of retired elephants. Okay, so we've got some black ink on that. And I'm just going to go with some white Cliffs of Dover, ultra fine.
So Jenny said, on my bucket list to do your India trip.
Oh yes, absolutely. We can't wait to go back, but obviously we're not going to travel for the next year at least, until unless we're all happy and safe and everything. So we're keeping an eye on the situation, and of course Laura and Zul are as well. So when we go back, we'll definitely be telling you all. So even that is lovely, isn't it? Let me just get a heat gun on that. So I just used a VersaFine because it takes a while to dry, and it's just what I use all the time anyway. And then I've used White Cliffs of Dover ultra fine embossing powder, which is one of ours, but obviously you can use any mate. But it has to be ultra fine, the particles, and that way you don't clog up any of the lines. You actually do see all of the detail. That's really important. That's why we do our own, because then you see all of the lines and everything. Isn't that stunning? It's just beautiful, isn't it? Really, really gorgeous. I'll just clean up that. I'm going to be cutting it out anyway, but so that's really nice. And then I've actually cut it out here, and this looks really cool with Luscious. Yeah, thank you. And then let's bring that baby in. Okay, so what have I here? What, you don't recognise these colours? Why ever not? Because they're new, yay! Yeah, so the owl does look amazing, thank you very much. Yeah, they are stunning, absolutely stunning. So what have we here? We'll be launching these next week, and I have Wendy Wallace to thank for this, because she asked for a really, really beautiful emerald green. And so she got me thinking, and I thought, well, I can't just release one, can I? I have to release a set of them. And I was thinking about what haven't we got, and basically I wanted a really, really bright fuchsia to go with a deep emerald. So we've had this made, which is absolutely delicious. So this is the gorgeous fuchsia. These have all got that extra magic ingredient, by the way, as well. So you know how we've got this extra sort of sparkle? We've put that in all of these colours as well. So these are going to be launched, as I say, next week, and they're going to be on the one-day special as well. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually mixing up
some of the powder with water to make a watercolour paint. Now this can be reconstituted. If you've not used these before, these are pigment powders, plus I put some mica in them, and then we put what's called a binder in, which makes it stick to a surface basically. So that is the beautiful pink. I need to tell you the colours, don't I? So this gorgeous one is, I wanted to sort of bring Wendy into it because she gave me the idea of it. So I actually decided, well, how many Wendys do I know? So I thought of Wendy Darling from Peter Pan. And seeing as Wendy is a bit of a darling, I thought that's perfect. But Wendy Darling doesn't wear green, she wears blue. So this is called Wendy Darling, the blue, which is here. And let me just get some of this and mix that in. Isn't that just amazing? That's gorgeous. So that's Wendy Darling. And I'm sure you can figure out which one is Peter Pan. So Peter Pan is the green, which is this one here. And of course, we've got to have Tinkerbell, don't we? Because we've got this beautiful new gold here. Look at that. Look at that colour. That's just absolutely stunning. It's like no other gold we've got that I've seen. And it's just really stunning. You can see it next to this gold, completely different. And of course, it's got that extra sparkle in it. These are just lovely. They're not on the website yet, guys, because we haven't launched these yet. They are going to be launching next week on the one day special. But I'll show you them as well next Monday.
And they will be on the website.
And they will be on the website for pre-order then. So this one, this is, now I haven't got a brown, you see, and I wanted like a warm brown. So this is called Lost Boys. So this is a really nice sort of warm brown colour. Okay, so again, look at that. It's just amazing. I know it's out of focus, but that's just fabulous. Did I show you that one? Amazing. These are just gorgeous. So I've done a little chart for you so you can see. So we've got Peter Pan, Wendy Darling, Tinkerbell, Captain Hook and Lost Boys. Gorgeous! Absolutely gorgeous. Don't we love our Luscious? Anyway, more of that next week because I'm going to do some techniques with you next week. But so I just wanted to show you those.
Because just asked, how do I get notice of one day special for these?
How do you get notice of one day special for these?
So if you just give people the date again and the time.
Okay, so these are going to be launched on the craft store. Have you watched that on TV? It's Sky number 673 Freeview. I don't know. Just bring it up on Google, Danny. And it's on the craft store at 6 p.m. on Wednesday, the 25th of August, and it's their birthday celebration. So that's when we'll be launching it. We're also on at 8 p.m. as well. And then the following day, on the 26th, we're on at 9 a.m., 12 noon and 4 p.m. So you can watch them all because we do lots of lovely demonstrations for you.
It's Freeview 85 or FreeSat 817.
So it's Freeview 85. What did you say, Alfie? And FreeSat
817.
817.
Craftstore.com.
Or you can watch it online, actually, which is craftstore.com, which is how I tend to watch it when I'm in my studio. I just have it on in the background all day. So, as I say, 6 o'clock on the 25th, but on the 26th, the next day, I'll be doing more shows. And it's worth watching because I do lots of different demonstrations, you see. Whether it's making a card or a journal page or just showing you different techniques. And it's just really nice to just sit down and watch. And you can record them as well so that you can watch the techniques back. If you happen to miss them, they do what's called rewind. So you do get a chance to watch one of the shows again. But it's worth setting your own recorder really for that. Okay.
So Jenny said, is it just a set of 6?
For the Luscious, it's actually 5, yes. It's actually 5 colours that we've got. So it's these.
Just bring it down for a second.
There we go. Peter Pan, Wendy Darling, Tinker Bell, Captain Hook and Lost Boys. So what I'm doing here is, I've actually mixed these with water. I'm using a fine brush, and because I've used embossing powder, this embossing powder is like a plastic basically that you put on and you heat it and it melts. And when it's set, you can actually paint over the top of it, and the paint, because it's water based, will only sort of flow into the areas of that hasn't got the embossing on it. So it sort of makes it like a resist, and it makes it really, really easy to colour in with a water-based medium like the Luscious. But of course the Luscious you can use with lots of other different things, but it works so beautifully with, in fact I'll use my new blue, my Wendy Darling. So see how I'm going over the lines, and then it will just push or reject all of that colour where the lines are, so those will just come out. So you need to have your Luscious mixed to a consistency of like full cream milk or single cream, whichever. But you don't want it too thin that you don't see any colour coming through, and you don't want it too thick that you don't actually get any separation of the lines there. But you can see how lovely that comes together. See, that's a little bit thick, that colour. So you can see when it's thick, it tends to colour the lines. So what I tend to do is, what you can do is you can reconstitute it. So just get a damp brush. Damp was a little bit too damp, that. And you can take that back. You can take it all the way off if you want, like I've done. There you go. So you can just keep on going, and it's so lovely to do this. So you can obviously do it on white card with clear embossing powder, or gold, or would look fantastic, would look really, really nice. And I have actually got one that I did earlier. Well, I did it on my holidays actually. So this is the one that I've finished on my hollybobs in the caravan. Look at the shine on that. It really is a beautiful metallic shine. That's lovely, isn't it? And I've actually shaded, done quite a bit of shading. So I've done the blue into the fuchsia, which is the Wendy Darling into the Captain Hook. And then lots of different colours in the middle, but all with those 5 colours. I haven't used anything else apart from the 5 colours, but that's just really lovely, isn't it? The metallic shine on it is so good. That's because we put so much lustre into it and so much pigment that it makes it really, really shiny and gorgeous. Okay, so that's the beautiful. Now, oh yeah, just need to tell you that this was actually done with black lines. So I stamped it with VersaFine, and then I actually use the ultrafine embossing powder, which is the clear one. Yep, so I use those. So that's why I got black lines, whereas this one I stamped it with the same VersaFine, but I used the White Cliffs of Dover embossing glaze, which is the ultra fine. They're all ultra fine that we sell anyway, because our stamps are so fine that you need something that's got really small particles in it. Love the new colours. I love the new Zuri. Do you know what? I am so thrilled to be working with them. It's just a match made in heaven. thrilled to bits. So that's our lovely owl there. Let's put that to one side. And I've also done one on black, which is the Enchanted Castle. So again, I've used exactly the same colours as these. So I haven't used any more colours. And I've used it on a black card. So you can see how dramatic that black card is. It's just really stunning, and it's a nice size as well. So in actual fact, that could quite easily happily sit on a card. I would say a minimum of 6-inch card. Let me get my other ruler. So, it measures 6 inches, so it needs to be, maybe a 7-inch card or something. But I think that is gorgeous, really beautiful. Let me come up. I know it's out of focus because we've got set focus, but you get to see the colours, which are beautiful. Absolutely love them. You can see where I've actually used the black background and left areas so that it gives it that real stunning look.
Louisa's asked, what's the best way to use Luscious with stamping?
You mean, do you want to stamp with it, Louisa?
Or just...
Well, I've used it to colour in. While she's answering that, I've used it to colour in just like I did earlier. So whether you use it just to colour in an area. This isn't embossed, so when it's not embossed, you have to be a bit more careful with your colouring, because if you go over the black area, you will cover your black lines. So that's why I like to clear emboss. Has she answered?
No, not yet.
Okay, so I use it to colour in. You can also use it for backgrounds as well. We'll be doing a lot next Monday because I'll be really talking about the Luscious in a big way then, and obviously, watch the one day special. But you can use lots of backgrounds. You can actually mix it with water, put it in a spray and spray with it. You can actually mix it with some ultra thick embossing powder and do some lovely stenciling with it as well. So there's all sorts, stamp and then colour with it. Oh, okay, so yes, so that's what I've just been doing. So if I just get a piece of card in here, who should we do? Should we do the elephant? He's over here. I think I might need a bigger. There we go. So let's put him here. I always put a scrap piece of paper there just so that I don't get ink all over the base of my board there. So let's get some super smooth card. Okay. So you don't always have to use watercolour card if you're painting with our Luscious, because it doesn't get really wet. There we go. Let me get the VersaFine out. Okay, so here we go. Let's just move that out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. So this is my VersaFine. That's not in the right place. That's gonna... There we go. So that was leaning over the top. So this is my VersaFine. It's a really big stamp, so just make sure that you do cover every little bit. You can, of course, use an acrylic block, but it's such a big stamp that I like to use the platform because I'm not a great stamper. I know, ironic, eh? And it means I can always put some more ink on and go again. So I then use the flat of my hand because it's easier than using the tips of your fingers. You've got a lot more strength in the palm of your hand. You can just lean forward, basically. go. Oh, isn't that lovely? That's just so lovely. I love the fact that Alfie is busy taking things off the chair so the dog can sit down on it.
She doesn't sit in my chair.
Yeah. And then I'm actually going to clear emboss this. Where did I put my embossing powder? Where did I put it? Oh, it's right in front of me. I give you a really big tub because I love to be able to just chuck it all over. Okay, so I clear emboss it because it's easier to colour in when you're using Luscious, which is a water-based medium. Okay, so I'm just going to heat that. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? I really like using embossing powder because it makes black even blacker. It just so happens, because it reflects the light, because it's glossy, it just makes it even blacker. And just that on its own is gorgeous. I think I will do a sample where it's literally just shaded with black and white. I think it just works beautifully. But what you can do then is, as you mentioned, if you wanted to stamp and then colour in with the Luscious, we've got these on our website. These are palettes, Tim Holtz palettes, and this is what I actually put all of my Luscious into that I'm using for watercolours. And I actually do put a sticky on there, colour it in, and then put the name on so that I can remember where everything is. Okay, so in order to do that, let's take, for example, the lovely Tinkerbell colour. You get a brush, clean brush, put it in water so it's nice and wet, put it straight into the powder, like so, and then just mix it into the palette. It's easier if you use warm water as well, because then it mixes up a lot better. Look at that, isn't that just gorgeous? And you can see as they start drying out, you'll see the pigment coming to the top and the mica going to the bottom, and it will dry out like these here. But then just to reconstitute them, all you have to do is just add some water. So just with a pipette, you can just add some water to them, and that'll just reconstitute them. And you can just mix that in. I actually leave them to sit for maybe 10 minutes before I start in with my brush. Anyway, amazing details. Decent stamps are amazing. Love the Peter Pan Luscious. Thank you very much. Yeah, they are so finely detailed. They're just stunning. So then you can you see that this can hold, almost hold a blob of paint. Let me just put it around about there. Okay, so it's just about to fall off, but it's sort of holding it on there. So it's got a nice consistency to it. Okay, so you want it consistency of single cream. I think that might be a tad too thick, so I'll just put 1 drop of water in there.
Ronnie says, would love to see some background stamps to complement the mindful of what you've done so far.
Oh, thank you. Yes. Yeah, that's why I wanted to do, like with the elephant, I've done these stamps here, which are just fantastic. I was going to colour these and cut them out and layer them up, or just background stamps, as you say. But yeah, they do need, definitely do need some background stamps in there. And then you can just come in and you can just colour in. And can you see how it pulls away from the edge if I go over it. So if I go over this, it will pull away from the edge, which is great because I'm not the most neat of colouring inners, as it were. And also the lovely thing is that say here, okay, say I do these in gold, but then I can pick up a little bit of the Captain Hook and put a little bit of that lovely fuchsia in, and it will blend beautifully.
Anne's just asking what brush you use.
This brush I've had for ages. It's a number 1, so it's a really fine brush and it's a Royal Majestic, but if you look for a number 1, see, this is they're all pretty much similar in numbers. So a number 1 in this make will be similar to a De La Roni in the same make, whereas this one is a triple O. So this is like teeny tiny weeny, okay. And the craft store, that's the size. Yeah, it has it written on it here on the side, and if you're buying them it should have the size in the description. Okay.
I don't think that'd fit.
What?
Teeny tiny weenie.
Teeny tiny weenie. No, it wouldn't. You'll have 000 though. Sorry. What am I like? Teeny tiny weenie. So I'll put a little bit much on that. So I'm going to go in with a clean brush that's slightly damp. Let me just clean that off a bit. And then I'm going to just pull that out a little bit. Again, clean my brush. And then I'm going to come in with a little bit of that Tinkerbell. Just give that a little bit of a stir before I grab some. And then come in with that lovely Tinkerbell Gold. And you can see how it mixes really nicely. And if it doesn't mix, just go back in with a damp brush and do it again. But this is a lovely one to do. You can do big sweeping amounts and just go over the whole of his trunk. I should say her, she's called Layla, because Layla's an elephant that we met in Jaipur at the and I took quite a shine to Layla. I fed her lots of bananas. I think she ate about 50, didn't she, in that one sitting? They do eat a lot. That's why it's important to support them, because they eat a fortune every day. But this is such a lovely project to colour. Also, I think what I might do when I've got some time, she says, is I think this would be absolutely stunning, stamped onto fabric and then embroidered. I just think that would be amazing. Thank goodness for birthdays, Sheila says. I wasn't getting any more goodies, craft items. Your stamps are too gorgeous to miss out. They are beautiful. They are absolutely stunning. We're thrilled to bits to be working with them. So yeah. Oh, Wendy's talking about, it was a really special visit, wasn't it, Wendy? Yeah, the elephants were fantastic. We all went, didn't we? And thank you, Wendy, for the inspiration for the Peter Pan set of goodies. Right, okay, so that's us for today. I will be back next week and showing you more of the Luscious, which will be out next week. But in the meantime, I will just leave you with a view of the Enchanted Castle, the lovely owl tails, and the beautiful, yes, I'll move them up a little bit, and the beautiful ornate elephant down a bit. Oh yes, of course, one thing I haven't mentioned is please do it now. Share, like and comment, please.
People have been already.
They have been, which is great. Thank you very much. Ellen, nice to see you. Kathy, lovely to see you as well. Embroidery will be wonderful. There you go, project for you. Yes, so thank you everybody so much. Put the date in your diary. I hope you like them. If you do want to pre-order on our website, please go ahead, but please only order from our website if you're just buying 1 or 2 items, because if you go onto the craft store on the 25th, the bundle of the 3 together has got a really big saving on it, and you get an extra free stamp with every order. So just be aware of that. I don't want you to buy them and see there's a bundle cheaper on the craft store on Wednesday the 25th. All right, thank you so much for joining me. It's lovely to see lots of new friends as well as all of our regulars. Love to you all. Thank you ever so much, and stay safe out there.